Let's talk more about BPD and comorbid ADHD and some things that you can do to help. This is going to be from, once again, Complex Borderline Personality Disorder by Daniel J. Fox, PhD. You should check out his YouTube. He has great content. So we're starting from page 166, Unblocking Your Blockades. Complex Borderline Personality Disorder, that's composed of ADHD and BPD, comes with unique growth-interfering thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that block your use of adaptive strategies that promote your psychological growth. Many of those thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are products of your complex borderline and not the result of a conscious intent to disrupt or complicate your life and the life of others. Growth interfering thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are just what they sound like: the things you think, feel, and engage in that create blocks in managing your complex borderline personality disorder core and surface content. There may have been instances in your past where your medical or mental health providers, teachers, friends, significant others, coworkers, and even family members ascribed volition to these behaviors by saying things like, "You always do," "You did blank on purpose," or "just stop doing." Hearing these verbal blockades over the years may have worn away the belief that you can't master and control your complex borderline personality disorder symptoms, but you can. Don't let go of your desire to change your life. These growth-interfering thoughts, feelings, and behaviors may seem to be out of range for you to grab hold of and change, which adds to your frustration and doubt about being able to change them. But they're not. Resist those old thoughts, push back on that voice in your head that tells you you can't. And let's build the awareness and skills you need to unblock your blockades to managing your growth interfering thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and get the most out of building your insight and core and surface content management skills. Consider this: hindrances and helpers. You may feel that many of the issues related to your complex BPD are just yours and yours alone, but they're not, and many people experience the same challenge as you do. Problems are going to arise and hinder your progress. As you try to do things differently, difficulties are still going to happen. Doing things in an adaptive way doesn't mean that there are no more hindrances, but if you focus on the ones that help you, you'll significantly increase the probability of your success. Below is a list of common hindrances and helpers to address complex borderline that's made up of ADHD and BPD. On the left is a list of common hindrances, and on the right is a list of what we'll call helpers. These are thoughts, perspectives, and behaviors that will help you lessen the adverse impact of the hindrances. These hindrances are likely a part of your default maladaptive patterns that you do without thinking twice because you've done them for so long. They've become default thoughts, perspectives, and behaviors. As you read the helpers below, add them to your daily routine. If you engage in the helpers often, they'll become a part of your default adaptive patterns, increasing the probability of positive outcome and greater self-control. Here's the first list you can pause or screenshot. And here's the second. I'm going to read each one out. So hindrance 1, arriving late to schedule appointments. Helpers, keep a day planner or schedule with you on paper or on your phone. Keep it up to date and turn on phone notifications. Add new information as you get it. Don't wait. The next hindrance, not following through on task. Helpers, write out tasks from start to finish for all tasks, even those that seem simple and quick. Once written out, do them. The next hindrance, being hesitant or resistant to new ways of thinking and acting. Helpers, challenge old thoughts and behaviors by asking yourself, how can I accept these ways and do it differently and adaptively? Next hindrance, waiting for others to solve problems and issues. Helpers, ask yourself, what can I do in this situation to resolve it, control myself, and engage adaptively? You need to focus on the problem and not wait for others. Link the problem to the solution and then engage. Hindrance, following through on impulsive and maladaptive urges. Helpers, in every situation, even when not activated, stop, think, analyze, and then act to make sure you're using adaptive strategies. Hindrance, reinforcing connections with unhealthy others. Helpers, recognize that unhealthy others strengthen dependency on maladaptive patterns. Definitely true. Distance yourself from them. Actively seek out those who build you up without strings attached. Hindrances, being hostile, argumentative, and resistant to helpful others. Helpers, Fear is a part of the process of change. Helpful others don't always want something in return, other than for you to be well. Resist old scripts and voices. Identify and trust those who want the best for you. Hindrance, failing to honor debts and promises. Helpers, learn to live by this affirmation. I do what I say and I say what I do. Hindrances, accepting excuses for procrastination. Helpers, if something needs to get done, do it now. Keep a daily to-do list in your daily planner or scheduler. Prioritize the top 3 each day. It's rare that everything needs to get done right now. Live by this affirmation. There's no better time than the present, and fulfill your goals in stages, not all at once. As you went through the hindrances and helpers, you likely noticed many of your default thoughts, perspectives, and behaviors that keep you locked into your complex borderline. Change is never easy, but it's certainly worthwhile when it's in a positive direction. When you employ the helpers on a daily basis and commit to adaptive and healthy change, you'll notice a difference not only in how you see yourself and you live your life, but also in those around you. Hope that was helpful. And as I continue reading this book, the next chapters are on PTSD, CPTSD, comorbid with BPD, which also I think would be really helpful, as this can all get very confusing and muddled within the mind. And this book really kind of decodes that. And I'm here to help.